Hi, welcome. So you join me at iniBuilds new release, Southampton, Echo Golf Hotel, India, located on the south coast of the United Kingdom. And I have to say, this is quite a nice little airport. I have to say, it's some really nice features, and it's situated in a very picturesque part of the UK. We are in today the Coronado Cessna 337, simply because I can look out the window and hopefully get you some good shots. So I like the fact that it's high wing, cockpit's quite a bit forward, so it's quite good to have a look round. We do have no we don't, we have Just Flight traffic running. So all the models you see externally are Just Flight traffic. My hardware it's a high-end i9 4090 blah blah blah, and I'm also using a Brunner force feedback yoke, which I'm going to have a little chat about as well as we're flying around. But this is about the scenery, not about anything else. So the wind today is 2009, so basically it's straight down runway 20, and yeah, we're just going to go for a flight, have a look at the aerodrome. We'll have a taxi round so you can see what it looks like in VR. So this is a VR channel. I only fly in VR, so I want you to see it as, albeit via the mirror, I want you to see it in its full 2D VR glory. Okay, so we're all started up. This is not a tutorial on flying, so don't beat me up on that, because this is although we will do tutorials as we move forward, this is about the scenery. So it's a bit tight here, so bit of brake to help us round. Skag a wingtip, and that would just about ruin our day. So I'll try and show off when we have a departure. I'll try and show off some of the features as we go round. It's very nicely modelled. I mean, it's not the same obviously complexity as something like Heathrow, but that said, what is here is modelled beautifully, absolutely beautifully. So we can see we got an executive jet. There's like some kind of Falcon or something like that in the serpentine hangar there. We've got basically a weather preset as far as the clouds go, simply because I just wanted to give it a little bit of contrast, rather than just a bright washed out sort of day. I don't want to do the normal sort of like 2D fly around in drone camera, so I want you to see it, as I said, as it is. All these aircraft you see are part of Just Flight's traffic. I normally use FSLTL, but with Just Flight's models, which are really rather nice. You can see we've got a car park there. Something's obviously just departed, as we saw earlier. I'm also using Black Square's sign package. So I'm not sure whether these signs actually are part of iniBuilds or whether they're part of obviously the extra package. I think they're part of the extra package, but so we're just hang a right on this taxiway coming up. We've got a Royal Mail building here just off to our right. It's obviously some sort of distribution centre linked up, funny enough, to the airport. So just coming up on our nose, we've got a car park, another multi-storey just off to the right. HSBC building just to the left of our nose. and then we've got a nice Premier Inn. Just the detail's exquisite, it really is. We'll just taxi on round, nice and steady, lots of support equipment. Textures on the ground are very, very nice. And I gotta be honest with you, I can't really fault this. I can't fault it. You may hear some aircraft in the back. It's a bit ambient. You may hear an airliner, for example, just going over, but that's not in the sim. That's in real life. That's outside my window. I live quite close to a major international airport in the United Kingdom, namely Bristol International. So it's all rather nice. So let's continue round on the taxiway. On the east side of the runway there, it's modelled, but obviously you can't really see a great deal of that detail from here. So I think what we'll do is we'll take I think we missed that taxiway behind us, so we'll do a backtrack. One of the things that I want to point out is that once we depart, because we're going to be basically departing on this heading, in fact I might do a flyby actually, is the houses that are in the area are quite exquisite, and iniBuilds have put in quite a bit of extra work. It's not just the aerodrome, it's the surrounding environment as well. So we're coming up to holding point Alpha 1. And one of the things we'll do is we'll just hold at the holding point, because we have to anyway without clearance. And we'll just have a look at some of these textures. You can see how the runway ahead is worn, and how it's been stenciled, and it looks really, really nice. Obviously we've got the runway markings there at the holding point, so 2 lines means we can't cross, but if we were coming the other way we can cross without clearance, just in case anybody didn't know. So okay, we're clear on the approach. So what we're going to do, we're going to enter the runway, so we've been given a clearance to enter backtrap, line up and wait. We've got a bit of a crosswind there. To be fair, with this crosswind, we could probably get away with departing off this way rather than backtracking, because we don't want to pick up any AI aircraft in the opposite direction. So this is a crosswind, we can deal with that, which works, to be honest with you, for the simple reason I want to show you the just beyond the aerodrome as we depart, and also on the approach, because it's quite exquisite. Okay, so let me just get set up. So we've got a little bit of flap, although we don't really need it. We'll just set our trim for takeoff. Just a quick one on this yoke. Force feedback from Brunner. It's just gently shaking in my hands at the moment, obviously with a vibration. But if I pull this back and let it go with the weight of the elevator, it just literally just goes. The weight of the elevator is obviously pushing the elevator down, so thus the control column goes forward. But if I increase the power, I'm holding it on the brakes. Now the elevator is now obviously levelling itself in the airflow, and the control column thus straightens out. And as the power goes off, excuse me, as the power goes off, then thus the elevator falls back down again. Right, okay, so we're not going to worry about boost pumps and all that because it's noisy. We're ready to go. So, like I say, this is not a tutorial flight, this is a look round. There we go. Okay, 60 knots. And up we go. Okay, positive brake, gears going up, travelling. Now look at this once we clear the airfield, so we'll put the flaps up. Bring the RPM back. Constantly trimming, so we're just going over a rail yard at the moment. And we've also got some kind of sidings here with trains. It's rather nice. And I think for the circuit here will be a right hand circuit, but we're actually going to turn left just so we can have a look at the aerodrome. A lot lower than we would be normally, just so you can see all the goodness. Just getting some feedback, some turbulence from the yoke. I have to say, this is very, very convincing. You'd think you were flying for real. It is, well, we are. This is, it doesn't get much real than this. It really doesn't. So you can see the aerodrome blends in really, really well because of the work that they've done modelling the other areas around the aerodrome. And you've got the motorway there that runs right next to it. So, another way, 1,000 feet. So we'll join overhead, join the right circuit for a full stop. I've not done a lot of flying in this 337 with the force feedback yoke, so it still needs a little bit of TA or TLC on the settings, but it just adds an enormous amount to the whole experience. And here's the aerodrome. Hopefully we won't meet anything else on final on runway 20. It's not a huge airport, but iniBuilds have done an exquisite job of modelling it, and it fits in beautifully. For the purposes of clarification, I bought this at my own money. I've got no affiliation with iniBuilds whatsoever. And I must say, they've done a fantastic job. Okay, so we'll turn crosswind. running about 47, 48 frames a minute, a second at the moment in VR, and I have to say that's not really changed at all. You know, it's exactly the same actually on the aerodrome as well. And this is service update 13. Literally just loaded it up yesterday. So here we go then. Downwind right hand, Southampton. Just bleeding off some of that speed. Mid downwind. And 20. Bleeding off some of the speed so we can get the first stage of flaps in, get the gear down. Okay. Okay, touchdown point is 45. I'm going to extend this a little bit, as I say, because I want to show you these houses because they are pretty stunning. Okay, so turning right base onto final. And look at those down there. There's a crane there, didn't see that on a NOTAM. Okay, right base, 02. Turning final. I'm going to land long, simply so we can have a look at the other end of the airdrome. Look at these houses. Absolutely lovely. A little bit off track now. Okay. Final, gear down, flaps down. It's good. A bit low, it's fine. A bit of crosswind. We're just aim to land long because we are only assessing it after all. Straighten that up because that little bit of crosswind there. So we're going to taxi down the runway to the end and then backtrack and exit. Just so you can see what this aerodrome is actually like. So it's not an in-depth review, but it is, if you like, the first overall impressions in VR, because let's face it guys, this is the only way to fly VR, the real flying club. It's nice, it's like caravans or whatever over there. See, pretty barren out there, a clear and graded area. Texturing is, can't fault it, cannot fault the texturing. The models, the way it's put together, it's really very, very good. It's only about the third or fourth time I've flown from this, you know, from iniBuilds Southampton, and the more I use it, the more I like it. It's rather nice, as is all their other airdromes. So I also own their Edinburgh, Stansted and Heathrow. They're just good. They're just good. So we'll exit here. And then we'll just hold at the holding point and just take in the view of the domestic site of the aerodrome. Technically we're on a runway incursion here, but air traffic have given us clearance. I mean, just have a look at that. That is rather nice. So let's taxi back. Let's have a look at those hangars over there to our right. Let's have a little bit of a closer look. I'm just going to depart the on the left. We're just going to depart the taxi route just so we can have a look. As I said, these aircraft are part of Just Flight's traffic program. If I'm being super critical, right, the only thing that will be the absolute cherry and icing on the cake is if they had vehicles going around in that car park, and maybe some, you know, people walking around. But you know, guess what? I'm being super critical now. Still can't fault it. I believe this also comes with a GSX profile. I'll put the specs up at the end of the video. Very nicely modelled. There's that Carmichael fire engine there. Looks like a little Dennis. Absolutely exquisite.